Good evening and welcome. Good evening. Can I mention this? Please take note of the fire exits on either side and in the back. In case of an emergency, please proceed carefully to these exits. At this point, I'd like to recognize the Wolcott Town Supervisor, Lynn Chatfield. Please, thank you. A couple of short weeks ago, at our last rally in Wilson, a person in the audience was confused as to our mission as United Shoreline moving forward. Tonight, I'm delighted to say that the answer to the question is mission accomplished. If you notice the boards out in the hallway, we've connected people from all the way from the Niagara River to Oswego. Together, our United Shoreline Committee, countless numbers of county and state government officials and agencies, numerous people behind the scenes, our diligent Lake Ontario scholars and historians, provided us with the most current and comprehensive information to realistically digest these series of high water issues, and most importantly, you. Our shoreline neighbors from several counties running along this glorious south shore of Lake Ontario, young and old, banded together as one voice. We are the United Shoreline. Connected through social media and united as one voice, share your stories, spread the word, and most importantly, stay connected. Thank you. Right now, I'd like to introduce Sharon Lochman.
Impressive is our unswaggering resolve. As we strive for safe passage from forced turmoil, a once innocent view of politics now permanently altered, while we look through hazy Plan 2014 stained glasses, the IJC combined with Lake Ontario water. Courage it takes to wade April through September. We have seen it all. Basements flooded, pumps still running, black mold growing in corners unnoticed, 2-ton rocks precariously dangle, ready to let loose, foundations soon to follow. You and I, we speak the same language of lost boulders and basement reflections mirrored back in inches. Only we truly understand the sheer horror of high water. Precious life moments wasted with worry, sleepless nights tossing and turning, watching and listening. Only we understand the wild range of emotions. Plan 2014. Deliberate, cold-hearted, calculated, a premeditated attack by water, ingenious, the use of a natural resource, then claiming it was the weather. Criminal. The water is going down, as anyone can see, but the damage is done. How could this happen, the washing away of a culture of people? Yet we face this personal journey with grace and compassion, banding together, helping each other, sharing the weight, carrying the burden on many fragile shoulders, hearing our neighbors' voices, seeing our neighbors' faces in our own, watching the weather, lifting sandbags, stacking sandbags, feeling the continued pound to our core whilst our neighbors stare at wet basements remaining from last April. Sleepless nights caught in a cycle of what if and how could they? I've heard the dirge, renditions written and spoken, heartfelt playbacks of lost wages, damaged property, and missed peaceful moments, innocence lost of happy tomorrows, now viewing the government and IJC from shaded glasses. Through the grief and setbacks of the pounding surf, life goes on. We are a strong people. We have careers winding down and new ones launching. We have hopes and dreams, and we still love the water. But filtered amongst us are those that want the water higher, persons of a different direction, delicately garbed with camouflaged cattails and binoculars. Their money pours into deep pockets like turbines overflowing with greedy waters. Tears of compassion for our suffering, not gifted, as they are unwilling to walk in the shoes of another. Their efforts are disconcerting as they sit perched in their suburbia oasis, far from the water's destruction, while we sit with our hopes, dreams, belongings, investments, and futures strapped to our backs, anchored to a shore, violent in action, drowning our hopes for a brighter tomorrow, drowning our dreams of possibilities. Statements I've heard like, well, why did you move there? To them I would say, not that an explanation should be extended, but for my love of this majestic and powerful place, my own sacred and personal reasons, my daily reminder of the sunset and sunrise promise from God of new tomorrows. While handing out grant relief paperwork on a hot July Saturday afternoon, I was verbally assaulted. "You're getting money for bad weather," scolded the woman. Then she told me to get smarter by reading the local paper. To that person I would say, "Madam, I prefer not to allow the local Democrat and Chronicle to dictate my intelligence of matters of such importance. I would say that I am grieved that there are many that will not receive assistance. I am grieved that the assistance will not cover the substantial and far-reaching damages. I am grieved that we have come together over such circumstances in the first place. I am grieved that man attacks man with an unbalanced side of nature. I am grieved that trickling down grant money, relieving the immediate needs of the few, but not the many, means nothing to the many storms and returning high water in our future. We are neighbors. We are friends. And we are family. Our strength is in our numbers. Our power is in action, not reaction. Our power is in our passion to save our lake, our shoreline, ourselves, and for wildlife protection. There must be a balance between nature and man, one not trampled by the other. We cannot affect change with brash tones, thrown stones, or memorized charts or statements. We can affect change the approach we take. It can be done in unison, a united shoreline from Oswego to Niagara and beyond up to Canada. We are linked together through our love of Lake Ontario and our common cause to save our shoreline and our homes. Plan 2014 must come to an end and a more suitable solution put in its place so that after the lake settles, and it will, and we all have had a chance to drain our basements, and we will, and mend our breakwalls, that the water doesn't slowly creep back up through political loopholes. Otherwise, houses will continue to flood and breakwalls crumble. Complacency will not protect us. I know you're tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. But today, I have enough left in me to work harder for my flooded neighbors. And when my breakwall crumbles, you'll be there to shift the load from my shoulders. We are in this together. What started to 2, turned to 4, and now is the many. We are the shoreline warriors. The first line, sent into action by the decisions made by people far from the angry water, the IJC and their Plan 2014. This is my wish for our efforts, that our actions be fruitful, that our legacy be the permanent protection of this shoreline, in balance with its inhabitants and wildlife, with a consideration for commerce, that we stay connected, that we make positive changes for our situation and the planet, that we gift of ourselves for the greater good of the whole. We walk not alone through this life into the next. May we leave behind a reflection bright enough to be seen through Plan 2014 stained glasses. Thank you.